Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sarah stands up for Xander against DJ, but is DA just wanting to win? Updates and teasers for Days of Our Lives hint at Xander Cook will be defended by Sarah Horton against EJ DiMera. However, given that EJ is unable to move past Xander's prior as a hit guy and kidnapper, it appears that the DA is merely desperate for a victory. EJ DiMera only sees what was, not what is when it comes to Xander, who he knows was formerly a robber and hitman in addition to being abducted. EJ only sees what was, not what is. Susan Banks, the mother of EJ, was abducted by him and held captive in a garden shed. He scared her while dressing like a clown, which is why it was assumed that she had died. Sarah recalls everything and acknowledges that it was terrible. Nevertheless, Xander has changed after becoming a father to their daughter Victoria Horton. Victoria knows exactly what that was about because she divorced Xander following the kidnapping event. Although it took her a while to forgive him, she can now clearly see the difference and has complete faith in him. Xander Cook is being supported by Justin Kyriakis. Even Rafe Hernandez thinks Xander was set up, and Justin Kyriakis supports him, but EJ doesn't seem to care and is only interested in winning. Sarah's attempts to persuade EJ to act impartially and fairly are failing miserably. EJ is becoming yet another Melinda Trask. It is well remembered by Justin and Xander that Trask would stop at nothing to secure a victory, regardless of the guilt or innocence of the accused. This includes paying judges. Trask's victory in the case was all that counted. During her years-long reign of terror in the courtroom, many innocent lives were destroyed, and now EJ is behaving exactly like her. Xander is almost ready to share what he knows about EJ's previous relationship with Clyde Weston, but he must wait for Mayor Paulina Price to recover. Sarah Horton continues to believe. Regarding Sarah, she continues to have faith in Xander, and EJ ought to be aware that Xander is having difficulty gaining Justin and Rafe's trust. The gun had to have been put by someone with access to both Sarah and Xander's flat and the crime scene. Sadly, the evidence has been speaking for itself despite the fact that Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, has awakened and been speaking, albeit his memory is hazy due to blood loss. Apart from absolving Ava Vitale of any responsibility, Harris is not in a position to solve the murder of himself. Unless they had fake Ava's number, whoever sent him the text to entice him to the crime site had to have had access to her phone. The villain in Clyde's prison break plot requests assistance in escaping Statesville. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Clyde Weston will decide he has had enough of managing the Statesville behind-the-scenes operations. Clyde might be concerned that the authorities would take action against those who are supporting him and curtail his authority now that there are so many questions about his drug enterprise. Then again, perhaps, with his drug enterprise expanding, Clyde will just want to be free once more. If Clyde was free, he could accomplish more and also have a lot more fun in life than he would as an inmate. In any event, according to teasers for Days, Clyde will plan a jailbreak and ask for assistance. Fans of DOL can anticipate that Clyde will issue an ultimatum to Ava Vitale, forcing her to assume leadership of the Statesville escape plan. Offering Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin's release in exchange for Clyde's freedom would make sense. Clyde might threaten Trip and Wendy with dire consequences if Ava refuses to comply. Although Stephen DiMera has been quite busy attempting to handle Harris Michaels, Clyde may also want his help. Clyde might need to have all hands on deck in this case. Still, according to spoilers for Days, Clyde will make sure everything is set up for his impending prison escape, which is scheduled to take place on March 8th. Since Clyde has escaped from prison before, it shouldn't be too difficult for him to carry this off, especially with all the individuals he has extorted to assist him. According to teasers for Days, Clyde will be eager to leave Statesville behind, so hopefully his scheme works as intended. When will Clyde be able to break free and unleash his fury outside? What will it take for Clyde's horror to end for good? According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Clyde will eventually experience a significant setback. Follow along for updates on the unfavorable news that's coming Clyde's way. Alex literally runs into Kristen as she is rapidly walking through the park. No kidding, she asks Alex in reference to Jeannie Teresa Donovan. Is that her name really that? He tells her that she has moved back in with Brady. He tells the story of Teresa discovering the engagement diamond he purchased but never gave her. Even though he occasionally feels as though he loves her, he understood that given her recuperation, proposing might be a grave error. Kristen makes fun of him, figuring he's just cold-hearted. It's now ruining her opportunity with Brady. If she believes she has a chance to win Alex back, he brands her a delusional. Brady brings Teresa coffee in the living room at John and Marlena's. Teresa eagerly takes Tate's phone while ignoring a text from Alex as they talk about their awful visit. She puts him on speakerphone over his objections. Tate claims that a room in a Salem halfway home became available for him. Though he doesn't want to attend, he is informing them because Justin instructed him to. When Nicole and EJ hear Holly yell for her mother over a monitor, they both jump out of bed. They dash into the bedroom, where Holly is lying awake in bed. Holly asks Nicole haltingly if the party finished as EJ storms out to contact Sarah. In the square, Chad discovers Sarah dining by herself. He sits with her and they talk about the kids and the fire. He inquires about Xander, and Sarah vehemently argues his point. She is certain that he has changed and seen the light. Chad recognizes her as the light. Sarah argues that it's Victoria, but they still need to think that EJ has undergone a transformation. Telling her that Holly woke up, EJ calls. Sarah bolts from there. Tate angrily informs his parents over the phone that he doesn't want to be close to them because they didn't stand up for him when he needed their support. Teresa begs him to give them an opportunity to disprove his claims. He hangs up after saying he'll give it some thought. Brady holds Teresa responsible for Tate's mindset. What infuriated him was learning that she was aware of the chilly letter he had written to Brady. Chad sees Stephanie in the square requesting advice from Tom and Alice's plaque regarding Everett. Uncomfortably interrupting, Chad informs her that he is aware of Everett. You mean like Bobby? Giving her a hug, he inquires whether she believes him. Stephanie is unsure about whom to trust. When he goes to the Horton house to take pictures for the insurance adjusters, he asks her to go too. In the park, Kristen tells an unconvinced Alex that she can get Brady back if she so chooses. She is currently on her way to Brady's. And Alex will be there too, if he wants his bed partner back. Kristen knocks on the door as Brady and Teresa quarrel at John and Marlena's. She sneers at Teresa, pretending to be surprised to see her there. Kristen hands Brady the tape-together card Rachel created for him, which he tore up after Teresa leaves the room. Brady is grateful for the gesture. Kristen advises him to speak with Rachel face-to-face to reassure their daughter that they can resolve their differences. He claims that they never do, though. Kristen believes they can put forth more effort. Teresa comes back into the room as Brady ushers her out and discovers Alex on the other side of the door. Teresa becomes chilly as Alex tries to defend himself, so Kristen suggests that Brady and she go have coffee. Brady responds by saying Kristen and Alex should both go. Tate phones Teresa as the four argue. He informs his parents he's consented to go to the halfway home in Salem, and he agrees that she can put him on speaker. Brady gives Teresa a gleeful embrace after they hang up. Glower Alex and Kristen. Nicole informs Holly, the bewildered teenager, in her room that although she was harmed and had been hospitalized, she is now at home. Holly asks if the celebration has finished once more. Later on, Sarah appears after EJ has returned. After inspecting Holly, Sarah confides in Nicole and EJ that although Holly is healthy, she would want to have more thorough testing done at the hospital.